Is it recording?
Yes, it is.
Excellent. Welcome to a live performance of LMAOK, Kingston's finest, not just newest, but finest improv troupe, who meets here every Thursday night to practice Whose Line Is It Anyway type games. And then once a month, we do a live show. And honestly, this is the lowest numbers we've had. We've actually filled this place pretty much every time, but it's usually on a Thursday, so maybe Saturday's not the best for people. But that's okay, because we're going to make you guys laugh so hard, it's like this place is going to be packed. In fact, we're going to make you laugh so hard, people are going to be coming in to see this show. I also suggest if you have a cell phone, start texting your buddies, putting it on Facebook, Twitter, etc., etc. Come see the funniest show on earth. Now, it's very important that you warm up. And so, audience, we need you to warm up. So here's what I need you to do. I need you to do a little bit of a stretch. I want you to put your hands out like this with one finger. Okay? All right? Here we go. What I want you to do is I want you to go like this. All right, this is to warm you up for clapping. Here we go. We're going to go two fingers. Two fingers. Here we go. Okay, we're going to go three. We're going to go three. All right, 4, 5. Okay, 4. All right. So that's how you clap, cheer, carry on. Make it so that this whole building shakes and people will be like, what's going on there? We want to see what's going on. All right, let's get started with our game. Our first game is for everyone. Come on up here. This game is called Story, Die. Here's how it works. Each one of these fine performers are going to help tell a story that continues on as each person ends their part of the story. And how it happens is I point at our different performers, and as I point at them, they have to continue the story wherever the last person left off. And they stumble if they repeat a word or if they just don't know what to say. I shoot them, and they have to die in a fabulous, glorious way.
Oh, wow.
So, to do this, what we need is what we call an ask for or a suggestion from the audience. And so what I'm looking for today is a title of a movie that doesn't actually exist. Like 50 Shades of Purple instead of gray. That's not that funny. Or something like The Incredible Shrinking Penis. A movie that doesn't actually exist. Can I get a movie title that doesn't actually exist?
It's kind of frightening.
A movie title that doesn't actually exist. Yes, sir.
The Horse versus the Frog.
Okay, can we get something a little more even creative? A movie title that doesn't exist.
Horse versus the Frog.
What was it? The Horse versus the Frog?
Horse.
All right. It is called Frog. You can make it.
The Horse versus the Frog.
Here we go.
Yeah. Okay.
All right. The Horse versus the Frog. Story, die, and go.
The Horse versus the Frog by Eric P. Rowney.
Chapter 1.
In the very beginning of time, there was a frog, and he had a problem.
Hopping. Every day was a new struggle. Hopping was such a challenge.
And for some reason, he found galloping much more to his liking.
And then, of course, so did the person that was sitting on the horse.
And hey, the horse went to the frog, why aren't you hopping? And he said, Kermit the Frog here. And,
I'll give you one chance.
And the horse said, well, my name's Ed.
Well, let's get the pop culture references out of the way. And I want to challenge you to a race, Mr. Frog.
So, the frog's like, well, okay, what kind of race would you like?
I hope it's not hopping because
Gotta die gallant.
How do you want her to die, folks?
Trampled by horse.
Trampled by horse. Chapter 2.
Leaping to a telephone booth, he picked it up and phoned the rabbit.
Who was always more than happy to hop along to the frog's aid.
So they needed to talk to the wise owl, who told him the best place is to choose where you want to have the race.
And do you have cleats to go on those flippers of yours?
Because you're going to run.
Die. You
Repetition.
repeated a word. You repeated because. How do you want him to die?
Trampled by frogs.
Trampled by frogs.
Wait, should we let the audience finish?
Chapter 3.
Oh,
The frog was all ready to hop. All he had to do
Was ribbit, and then ribbit.
And ribbit some more.
The next thing
Was he called his girlfriend?
And he was feeling rather horny, so he was going, rub it.
That was a horny toad noise.
How'd you die?
Trampled by a horse-sized frog.
Chapter 4.
The frog then went to the nearest place that he could go and
Find performance-enhancing drugs. And he said, I need something that makes me...
Really big and buff and
And he was at this bar, and he found this prince type.
Non sequitur. Didn't continue the story. How do you want him to die?
Guillotine.
What?
guillotine.
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 It's been a
Really hyped up on all the adrenaline he had.
Because he was so high on lily pads.
Oh, he survived.
That he'd smoked because he heard he could.
Lily pad his way all the way to Osworld.
Trampled by a bunch of frog-sized horses.
Okay, you know what? I'm
Trampled
shot.
by a bunch of frog-sized
I was
horses.
shot in the face.
And so Froggy went back to Ed.
Ed being his closest horse friend,
And the next thing,
he knew he was suddenly,
Receiving advice.
from the wise owl.
who lived in the tree above.
Who said,
What? Above, who said? Dead.
Why?
wise owl who lived in the tree above, who said,
Oh, I didn't hear the comma.
Oh. How dare you bother me? I'm trying to sleep, you.
Owl. And
Oh, so that's an owl?
That's the owl.
Oh. All right, finish it off, ladies.
And the advice in the end that went out for his girlfriend,
Oh,
Was
old age
don't
has
do
gotten me.
steroids because.
you should just rib it.
And rub it some more.
And rib it.
And rub it.
And rib it.
And rub it hard.
Way to go! All right. Wonderful. I apologize. That was an excellent title after all, as you can see. All right. Next up, we're going to play a game called Stage Directions. And what happens here is each player that comes on the stage. Some blue?
I'm just dusty.
Oh, you're Dusty, gotcha. Anyways, this is a game for Eric and Becky, and here's what's going to happen. Each one of our players is going to state the action of the other player, and then follow that up with his own line. Now, that might sound confusing. That's okay. You're going to catch on very quick. What I need is a suggestion from the audience for these two, and let's go with a relationship. Some sort of relationship, like a husband and wife, or a doctor and nurse, but not those.
Squid and shark.
Squid and shark. Here we go. A squid and a shark. And this game, once again, is called Stage Direction.
Who is who?
Action.
Well, 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 this is my old nemesis, the giant squid.
He said, sizing up her long, spindly tentacles. Well, Mr. Shark, looking mighty sharp today, aren't ya?
She said, twirling her hair in a suggestive way, while giving a girlish giggle. Now listen, you and me have been rivals for a long, long time. I think today's the day we finally put that all behind us and settle this once and for all.
He said, knowing full well exactly how we wanted to settle this, the only way a shark could. Oh no, Mr. Shark, you got me so excited, I could just ink everywhere.
Throwing all 8 tentacles above her head, knowing full well her blouse would fall down in doing so.
oh.
Knowing full well, I'm not saying it actually did happen. That's right, you know exactly what I was thinking. I'm going to hunt you for sport, for I am nature's greatest hunter.
He said, priming his sawed-off shotgun that he'd made the week before in his shark-like lair. Mr. Shark, the more you prime that shotgun, the more it reminds me just how much I should be afraid of you.
She said while pulling out a switchblade. Whoa, 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 I was just kidding around. You know how sharks are known for their sense of humor, don't you?
He said, turning a great shade of great white. Oh, but Mr. Shark, if I cut you from navel to tail, what will I find inside you? Gems, riches, good fortune?
She said while trying to locate a shark's navel, which does not exist. Listen, we don't want to go there. You're more likely to find old license plates and other metal scraps.
Hoping that his flailing would distract her from her task at hand. She had many, 8 to be exact.
Yes, they do. Listen, maybe we could just, I don't know, think of another way to pay my debt.
He said, referring to hunting the people that were scuba diving over there.
Very well done. Excellent job. All right, next up we have a game that is called Jeopardy! Of course, after the famous television show, Jeopardy! And what does every Jeopardy! Show need? A host named Alex Trebek, which will be played today by our host, Eric. And Eric, we have prepared for you ahead of time a number of Jeopardy! Questions that the audience had filled out beforehand. So I'm going to give that to you. And then we have our 3 actors for this are going to be Tim, Lorna, and Kiki.
Welcome back to Jeopardy! I remain your host, Alex Trebek. Before the break, Lorna was in first place with $72. Tim was in second place with an even 0, and Kiki, as an amazing record holder, has negative $3,700. So, Lorna, you're in the lead. The board is yours. What category would you like?
Could I get things with 4 legs for 500?
Things with 4 legs for 500. She is the hippie shake. I think Tim got that first, Tim.
What is the hairy armpit?
Excellent, Tim. The board is yours. What would you like?
Fat girls I like for 500.
Fat girls I like for 500. This girl is known only as autism. Yes, Kiki.
Who am I?
Judges, we will accept that. You're now at negative $36,500. The board is yours.
Okay, I'll take strange smells in my sister's closet for $200.
Strange smells for $200. This strange smell is known to the indigenous people of Karakaranga as Pandora's box. Pandora's box. Tim, yes.
Oh, where's my mother's panties?
I'm sorry, that is incorrect, Tim. Yes, Kiki.
What is cheesecloth?
We will accept that. The board remains yours.
I'll take next door neighbors who annoy me by honking their horn at 2 o'clock in the morning for 400 cents.
Bad neighbors for 400. These are the kind of bad neighbors with bad teeth. Yes, Lorna.
Who are the Simpsons?
Excellent. Well-known British neighbors is known as the Simpsons. The board is yours.
Okay, I would like red things for 200, please.
Red things for 200, a popular category of the show. This red thing is also known as crotch rot. Yes, Kiki.
What is the menstrual cycle of a cow?
We will accept that.
Does that mean I don't have to kiss your feet, Alex?
No, you get to pick the next question, Kiki.
Okay. I'll take indigenous people of Canada for 500 things.
For 500, these indigenous people of the Canadian Rockies are known throughout the world for wearing fluorescent panties. Fluorescent panties. Yes, Kiki.
Who are snowboarders?
I would remind you again to keep the racism. I will not accept that, and shame on you. Yes, Lorna.
Who are the McCaffreys?
The McCaffreys is correct. The board is yours, Lorna.
All right, I would like purple people eater items for 600, please.
This purple people eater item is also known as candy cane flavored lube. Candy cane flavored lube. Tim! Something I'm sure you're well acquainted with.
Things I like to rub on myself? What do I like to rub on myself?
Yes, thank you for correcting yourself. That is correct. Board is yours, Tim.
Timely daily faux pas for 800, please.
Daily double tip! How much would you like to wager?
All of it.
All of it! In the category of untimely faux pas, what was it? Faux pas. Raging hard-ons. Raging hard-ons.
My first day, what was my first day with my new boss?
I don't believe it, but we're accepting it, Tim. You pulled it to the lead. Woo! There are only 2 questions left before Final Jeopardy. The board is yours, Tim.
Skinny people
Skinny people.
for 500.
This skinny person leads the famous rock band whose most popular song is called Bombs Over Baghdad. Yes, Tim.
Who is Muhammad Jagger?
We're going to There's only 1 question left. So what will it be?
Where's the racism part in that one? Shades on my head for a party.
Sorry, what?
Shades on my head for a party.
Shades on my head for a party. This famous party-goer was most known for writing the famous book Green Ham and Eggs. Not Green Eggs and Ham, I will remind you, the famous book of Green Ham and Eggs. Yes, you.
Who is Dr. Seuss's sister, Jane Seuss?
Excellent. And before the break, I'd like to we're not done yet. Final Jeopardy still happens. So, oh boy. If you would like to write down your wagers while we go to commercial break, the final category is horsecocks. I didn't make it up. It's horsecocks, and we'll be right back after this short advertisement. This short advertisement, anything at all. Oh, looks like no one watches Jeopardy anymore, so we're back already.
Actually, no, you can buy this new cake put slicer and dicer for only 3 easy payments and 1 really hard one.
We're on hard times here, so that's the best advertisement we could find.
Instead of Ginsu
You
knife.
just pay shipping and handling. Did we get the question yet?
No.
No.
I did my wager. I'm all for Brad
What
Pitt.
do we ask?
For, I will do that in a second. For Final Jeopardy, in the category of horsecocks, the final question is, this famous horsecock is better known as Stephen Harper's hair. You have 30 seconds to write down your wager and answer.
I don't even know how much money I have to wait.
Alright, Kiki, you remain in last place as you were before. So, how much did you wager in the category of horsecocks?
50 cents!
50 cents will still leave you negative 3,700 in the Final Jeopardy, but I appreciate your enthusiasm. So, what would your answers be? And this famous horsecock is known as Stephen Harper's hair.
George Bush's bush.
Judges? Again, they're reminded of the racism. I have to ask you to leave.
Get out.
Next
All right,
time,
Lorna, you
Victoria.
were in first place until Tim overtook you in the double Jeopardy. So how much did you wager in the category of horsecocks? $7,000. That would put you in first place. And your answer to this famous horsecock is better known as Stephen Harper's hair would be, who is Rob Ford? Normally in this game I would say that's incorrect, but it's such a good answer. It is correct. So Tim, I hope you have wagered at least $7,001 to be in the lead. How much did you wager? All of it again, Tim. Not a number, but very good. So did you write down Rob Ford as he's better known as Stephen Harper's hairpiece? What did you write down?
What's Stephen Harper's brand of gel?
Judges? They've spoken.
All right, good job, good job. All right, our next game is called Return Desk, and this is for Galen, Eric, and Richard. I'm going to invite Richard to leave so we can talk about him. Go away, Richard. Go away. So I think what we need to do to get rid of Richard, everybody. Oh, he's not gone yet. Let's just wait. All right, this is a game called Return Desk. What's going to a moment, Richard is going to come back inside, and he's going to come to our return desk, which is manned, or one-manned, by Galen and Eric. And the problem, though, is that Richard has no idea what he is bringing back to the return desk. So it's their job to tell him what it is without actually telling him what it is. So what I need from the audience is a suggestion of an odd item that you might return, like a used hanky, or perhaps an elephant who lost its trunk. What would you return to a return desk that is very odd?
Used tampon?
We did that once
We've
already.
done that.
We've done that.
That old audience favorite.
Sorry, what was over here?
Popcorn kernels.
Popcorn, anyone else?
Superwoman's boots.
Superwoman's boots.
Dirty sock.
All right, what do you guys want it to be?
Popcorn?
Popcorn, all right. Here we go with return desk.
So I said, that's not a giant horse cock, that's Rob Ford. Oh, I love
Where do you
this.
get this stuff?
Oh, the internet will say, oh great, we got another one. Hello, sir, how can we help you? Whoa!
Ooh, that bag's a bit much, isn't it? What have we got here?
You tell me, I bought the damn.
Well, did you buy this all at once or individually? Because I'm going to need to see about 1,000 receipts if that's the case.
No, all at once, it was a great deal.
Excellent, and did you not enjoy the movie, or what was the problem?
Well, it's in bits and pieces.
Um,
I'll look this way.
Bits and pieces, he knows how it works, right?
What I'm wondering is, did you actually buy your stove here as well? Was it not working, sir?
Well, the VCR mucked up. Mind you, they're passe now anyway, so we have a DVD player that's high res.
I think there's your problem, sir. It says clearly on the packaging, microwave for 3 to 5 minutes.
Oh, okay. So we'll just pop that corn and bring it off the stick.
World record in figuring out what that one was. All right, once again, we're going to go to our jar of suggestions that was written down from the audience before. And for this game, what we are going to play is World's Worst. And this one is for everyone. Everyone come on stage. So this is an opportunity for everyone to step forward and either perform or state or do something that tells us the world's worst in something. And I'm going to have them do that with our suggestions here. So here we go. Our game is World's Worst. Please tell us the world's worst photographic actor. Pornographic actor.
Yeah, they'd be different.
World's worst pornographic actor. Go.
No, I said no, I'm not ready. I'm not ready. I've got modesty, damn it.
Hey there, the name's Lippy St. Small.
I swear this never happened before. Damn, that water's cold.
Hold on, I can find it. Hold on.
Dude, you told me it was chicks!
Hang on, I can find it.
All right, next up, world's worst first date.
Hi, I'm Kiki.
So I don't know if you know this, but I am the mayor of Toronto.
Oh.
My brother's in the hospital, so I'm gonna be there. Hey, you look like my mom.
Sit down, yeah, it's a buffet. Go help yourself.
You don't mind if I sing every line because I'm practicing for a play that I'm gonna be in. Hey!
First choice.
Oh, dinner was great. Thanks.
Yeah, so me and my mom run this motel out. We should really take a shower there sometime.
Dad, this has been the greatest day.
Oh.
boy.
gonna hear us.
World's worst cat owner. World's worst cat owner.
Cat owner?
Owner.
I can make you bark. Deep freeze. Chainsaw.
Fresh, isn't it? You'll never guess where I got this.
Talk about improving over each other.
Oh. Okay, Sparky.
Oh yeah, no, I swear, it's chicken. It's chicken.
What kind of brothel is this? This is a cat. Cat for pussy.
World's worst honeymoon. World's worst honeymoon.
Hey babe, I found a new one over by the beach.
Oh yeah, honey, of course you can bring your mom. And your dad. And your sister. And your son. Sure.
Oh, I love it here on the beach. It's one. Look at him. Oh, wow. Oh.
Oh, honey, just wait till you see the beauty of northern Afghanistan.
Honey, it was just that one time in Haiti.
I hate to tell you this, honey, but I'm so grateful that you didn't sign that prenup because, well, yeah, the doctor called 2 weeks ago and you're terminal and you're going to be gone in another week, so I'm going to stay here for the rest of my life. I'll marry you, I promise. I'll be really good.
Babe, I have something to tell you. Tsunami! You know, honey, out of all the honeymoons I've been on, I gotta say, this is probably my third favorite.
You got the green card now?
Uh-huh.
Oh, good.
World's worst grade 8 dance. World's worst grade 8 dance.
Why are the boys hiding from us? There's nothing wrong with us. I don't know.
Oh my God, I'm so sorry.
Those girls don't know what they're missing, right?
Hey, everybody, I've spiked the punch with Pepto-Bismol.
One piece of chocolate? All right, grade 8s of PS 118, are you ready for some Barbara Streisand? Get out! Get out! Oh shit! Wrong place!
And finally, world's worst improv actor.
Gerald, get up here.
All right.
I knew you were going to do that. It's always me, too.
Alrighty. Thank you. That was wonderful, wonderfully done. All right, our next game is dating game, and this is a game for Jay, Tim, Eric, and Kiki. I'm going to invite Kiki to leave so we can talk about it. In this game, it's just like a dating show. Kiki's going to come in, and she is a bachelorette. She is going to possibly date these wonderful, eligible bachelors. The problem is, these wonderful, eligible bachelors are not so wonderful, and perhaps not even so eligible. And they have certain quirks about them that she needs to discover what they are. So you can endow these people with a quirk, like maybe they have tics, or maybe they are, multiple personality, or you can make them into someone, like perhaps the Queen, or President Obama, or someone like, or Rob Ford. So what I need is a suggestion, first of all, for Tim. What is wrong with Tim, or who is Tim, or what is something that is
He has
odd
lice.
about Tim, other than what's reality?
He's a cougar.
He's lice,
He
he's
has,
a cougar?
like,
He has
literally a
lice? Yeah. He has lice, okay. And let's try to keep it from the audience, not the LMAOK performers. I know, it's a little confusing because we all have the same color on, but Eric, what should we make Eric have as a problem?
Make it a tough one.
Make it a tough one for Eric.
Beats girls in elevators.
Beats So you're in an NFL player.
Ray Rice!
Whoa! That was too tough.
You're Ray Rice.
Yeah, I got it.
Can we try something else? Yes.
He's got appendicitis, and he's having a hard time with it.
All right, you go beat women in elevators, and you have appendicitis. No, appendicitis.
Can we go with the elevator, please?
Okay, elevator, fine.
I don't know.
And lastly, for Jade.
Leslie?
He has
Tourette's.
Oh.
Tourette's.
We've
that was-
done that.
We have done that. Yeah, we
You
got
said it
Tourette's.
can't be real.
Yeah, anything else?
What? You said it can't be real.
Yeah. He has abnormally small hands.
That one too.
Did we do that one?
We did do that one, yeah. Anyone else?
We're turning down gifts.
He is slowly turning into a dog.
Love it. Slowly turning into a dog. He is Ray Rice or an NFL player, or however you want to play it. And lastly, again, you have Lice. And here we go, the dating game. Let's bring in our bachelorette.
And
Welcome to the Bachelorette Show. I'm going to invite up Kiki. Kiki, come on up and meet the wonderful, eligible bachelors.
Hey, bachelors, how you doing? How you doing? How you
Hey
doing?
girls,
Yeah,
how you
yeah.
doing?
I'm just
I don't
getting a
know
little
if
bit.
that's offensive or not.
I'm just a chain smoker, so mind me. All right, really excited to be here. Really nice to meet you all. And, okay, bachelor number one, I love to go hiking. And as a result, I have corns on my feet. Now, what kind of footwear are you if you were a pair of shoes? Because that's really important to me. I love shoes. Oh, yeah.
Shoes, eh? If I was a pair of shoes,
Yeah, if you were shoes, what kind of shoes would you be to alleviate the corn on my foot?
I think some sort of natural, something would help me crawl well.
Crawling. Oh, okay. Bachelor number two.
How you doing?
Oh, I like your voice. It's sexy.
I like what you're wearing. I see you haven't returned it yet. I like that.
Oh, you sound dangerous. All right, let me think of a day. I know. I love to go on shopping excursions around Christmas time because it's really dangerous in the mall. Now, I love the food court. So, what kind of food are you if you're a kind of food in a food court? In a shopping mall? Come on.
Wherever this food court might be, I recommend it be like a one-story mini mall. You don't want those levels.
Keep it nice and low?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
You know, I might bring you down, but you certainly don't want me to raise you up, if you know what I'm saying.
You're raising me up as it is my temperature. All right. Bachelor number three. Woo! All right. I'm really big into like fairy tales and all the fun stuff. Oh, you're turning me on. Woo, like Mr. Ed. Okay, now, anyways, fairy tales. Let's pretend I'm like stranded in like the top of a mountain and you're a superhero. What kind of weapon are you gonna use to slay the evil stepmother?
Well,
I got one. She
I
needs to
think
go.
I would use a weapon that's kind of the.
Ooh.
What? Sorry, what was the question?
Ooh. All right, bachelor
Hey,
number
hey,
two.
listen. You good at fighting? Because I got a friend who really likes fighting, if you know what I mean.
You guys are getting me a real itching. Squirrel.
Okay, bachelor number one. There's a theme park in like Arkansas that I just absolutely love, and I read about it in a library. Bachelor number one. I read about this amusement park, this theme park in Arkansas. Clifton, what's it called?
Can I lose?
That's a wonderful statement right there. Okay. Oh, wait, wait a minute. Okay. Bachelor number two. I have a feeling that we're gonna get along really, really well.
Oh, me
so,
too.
Now, let's say that we've been dating for like a whole year, and you're gonna take me back to meet your family. What should I do to impress them?
If I was you, I'd stay real nice and quiet, if you know what I mean. I like my thinking time. I don't want to get cold cocked with some just random jibber jabber to the side, if you know what I'm saying.
Not even remotely. And you know what? We just put tape over my mouth,
I
put
can
lipstick
see,
over top.
I can see you're intercepting my forward passes here, if you know what I mean.
Ooh,
And
ooh,
I
not
like
ready yet.
that.
Okay, not ready yet. Okay, bachelor number three. I have this thing. I'm actually vegetarian. I'm really bad at it.
Yo, Michael.
Oh, I'm
Michael, I
starting to
feel
go
a
out of
talent
Oh, I
here.
need a light.
I
Cigarette.
think you do real nice.
I forgot the question. Does that matter?
Sorry, what were you saying? I'm sorry. I feel a little weird lately. I don't know what's going on. I mean,
You look great.
You got animal magnetism. It's that and there's something in this cigarette. Oh, oh.
All right, bachelorettes, do you know what our bachelors are?
Bachelor number one, you're really disagreeable. Are you like related to me in some way? Are we like brothers and sisters? Because I've done that. You have headlights.
Hey!
Sexy. All right, but still no. You were like really, really crabby before, and okay. Bachelor number two.
How you doing?
You come across as a mafia type. Not even really?
No.
Because I'd love that. That would like just turn my cranks up.
You ain't catching what I'm throwing, if you know what I'm saying.
You're like some smooth criminal.
Like a brother?
Close enough, still having 5.
Are you my brother?
A brother from another mother makes kind of sense, but that's offensive.
Well, I don't care what you are, because I'm going to pick you and the guy on the end. You're some dog, man. Number two! I'm going with number two!
Congratulations, you get to go into an elevator with them.
Yeah, maybe you should tell her what it
I
is.
don't
Yeah,
think she gets
that's-
it right.
Well done.
All right, this next game is for Richard, Lorna, and Becky. Come on up here, Richard, Lorna, and Becky. This game is called The Good, The Bad, and Ugly. And here's what it is. It's kind of like a phone-in advice show. You, the audience, get to ask a question, and the 3 performers are going to give you a good advice, bad advice, and ugly advice. So, what we're going to do is just invite you to ask a question, and they're going to answer for you the 3 ways. Someone have a pressing question or advice? Yes?
How to put out a major lawn fire.
How to put out a major lawn fire. The good, the bad, and the ugly.
Well, if you have a major lawn fire, then the best thing to do is just get the hose and spray, and it'll be cleared up in no time.
Actually, there's an easier way if you don't have access to a hose. You've probably seen those Jell-O commercial or Bill Cosby commercials where he teaches the children how to put out a fire. So what you do is you lie down on your lawn and you roll, and clear it out that way.
Babies, ex-girlfriends, horrible bosses, small children, just people, just throw people kittens, enough of them will just put it right out.
All right. Someone else have a pressing question. Switch it up.
I'm having trouble with my mother-in-law getting along with her, and she seems to interfere. This isn't true, by the way.
I'm sorry. We're gonna have to bring Galen up for this one. Galen, can you put
She interferes in my relationship with my husband. So I need to know what to do.
I understand that that's probably very difficult for you. Probably the best advice would be to have a conversation with her, maybe over some tea, maybe go have some lunch. Just make sure it's really friendly, a really social environment, maybe with other people around, where you can sit down and really talk it out.
Okay.
No, don't even think that. Okay, so, who cares? Like, really, just don't invite her in. Just, change the locks. Doorbell doesn't work. Whatever. Change your phone number.
There's a real simple way to do this. I'm sure you've been to a dollar store.
Yeah.
If you go in the hardware section, there's this tube. It's called 5-minute epoxy. What you do is you wait until about 3 o'clock in the morning. Real simple stuff. The slippers on there, right? Can't move. And into the bathroom just in case she gets up. You got the lipstick, right? Shot in there. Can't talk. Can't bug you. Works perfect.
All right, switch up one more time. Is there a pressing question from the audience?
How do I get this crayon out of my nose?
Well, there's a couple of ways you could do that. Depending on how far up it is. Some people would suggest if it's not too far up and you're within say, anywhere near a public swimming area, they usually have a sauna in there. So what you could do is just hop in there and let it start to melt a wee bit, and then it might come out on its own. The other option, of course, is, you know, a mirror and a pair of tweezers, and just pull that up. But do it really slowly, because you don't want to damage anything or hurt yourself.
That's good advice.
What color is the crayon, if I may ask?
Brown.
Okay, so good complementary color might be like a blue or a pink or something like that.
Orange, yellow.
Orange, yellow, good colors like that. Right up the other side, match them.
That's bad advice. Oh, no.
Ugly.
Hey. That's the most ugly advice. All right.
Yeah, I think this one's tricky.
This next one is for Jade and Galen. Come on up here, Jade and Galen. This is called Lines in My Pocket. Here's how it works. Before they get started the show, I invited audience members to write down just random things to say in this jar of our Lines in My Pocket jar. And so at any moment, they could be saying lines that you wrote, and they could probably, most likely, be very odd in their conversation. So what I'm going to do is split these up and give them both a little bit. There you go. They're going to put them in their pocket, not read them, until at a certain time they're going to pull it out and just say what the line is. And what we need from you is a suggestion, to start the scene. What we need is a suggestion from you to start the scene. Let's go with a location. We haven't done a location in a while. A location somewhere in the world.
Grocery store.
Grocery store. This is a scene about a grocery store with lines in my pocket.
I ain't paying for $10 for a cabbage. That's ridiculous.
Well, sir.
I want a rabbit, wouldn't even pay that much.
All right, I'm sorry, sir, but over here we do have our reduced cabbage tray. If you want to select a specimen from
No, I don't think I do, because you know what? My mom said, my anaconda don't want none unless you got buns, huh?
You're shopping for pets, that's so sweet. Well, sir, just over here we have the live crickets and grasshoppers. I don't know if that might be any use to you. Last week, our manager opened this entire section. He was saying that customers were coming in and making requests saying, see, I don't know anything. That clears it all up.
Ah, I know. It's cleared up, cleared not, whatever. I get confused all the time, right? Because my mom can't. She's always telling me stuff. And she said before I came here to see you that, is that a Kleenex in your hand? I told her,
Why, yes, it is. Would you like one? Oh, yeah. All right, sir. Are you going to buy something or not?
No!
Right. Well, all I can say to you then is I have a bag full of ducks, and I would like to offer you a sample. There you are.
Well, I'm sorry, I had a little bit of, I had this thing where I turned into a snotty little kid for a couple of seconds. I'm sorry about that. You want me to twist the card for you?
But would you like a duck?
No, well, actually, he shoots, he scores, baby.
I don't think that's very likely today. However, as a way of consoling you, how many licks does it take to get to the center of a Tootsie Pop?
Well, you want to
A
find
Tootsie
All right, alas, we've come to our final game before intermission. So I would like to invite Eric to leave the room once again so we can talk about Eric. This game is called Press Conference. Here's what is going to happen. Eric's going to be outside in a moment. I'm going to ask suggestions from you on something that Eric has achieved. Perhaps he discovered a second moon around the first moon we have, or perhaps he has discovered how to give bald men a sexy afro once again. Something Eric has achieved or done that he is going to come and hold a press conference about. And then we, our actors, as well as the audience, are going to have an opportunity to ask Eric questions, trying to help him figure it out of what it is that he has discovered or what he's done that is amazing. So what I need from you, the audience, is a suggestion on what it is that he has achieved. I see one hand over here.
He found the lost city of Atlantis.
You found the lost city of Atlantis. I think we did something similar though, but let's see if we get some more suggestions. Any other suggestions? All right, he found the lost city of Atlantis. Here we go, press conference. And ladies and gentlemen, I would like to now bring forth that great person, Eric P. Maloney.
Hello, one and all. I'd like to thank you all for coming out, as I'm sure you know I'm quite a busy man, so I only have time for a few questions today, but I'd like to open the floor right now. Yes, you, ma'am?
Hi. So, when you went there, did it make you all wet?
Well, I'm sure, as you can guess, wetness is a side effect. It's really unavoidable, one would say, but you take what you get dealt.
Yes, so what's your favorite Greek god?
Definitely Apollo, because he is the god of sending 3 men to the moon. Yes, you ma'am.
Hi, I'm Galen from Cheerleaders of Canada.
I love the energy, Galen.
Did you find any mermaids there?
Well, Galen, you stupid child. Mermaids are fictitious creations of man. You should know better. I did find a giant squid, though. Yes,
Speaking of made-up stories, I am with the National Geographic, and I refuse to believe that you have found this geographical location. Do you have any proof?
Listen, I'm going to tell you what I told every other motherfucker from the Geographic magazine. Yes! And if you want to disqualify the myth of Atlantis, then you can...
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to take a short 15-minute intermission break. While that happens, if you want some coffee or lemonade or any snacks, please come on over to the coffee bar. We'd be more than happy to serve you. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for a wonderful first half of our show.
Oh, thank you.
Well, man, he goes to the dentist. And the dentist says, I'm really terribly sorry, but we're going to have to do an extraction. This tooth is just not repairable. I'm very sorry. The guy says, oh, well, okay, well, it's going to hurt. What can we do? And the dentist says, well, I can freeze it. But the guy says, well, how are you going to do that? He says, well, I've got freezing stuff in a needle, and I just said, oh, guy, I don't like anything in my mouth, and I'm terrified of needles. What else you got? And the dentist says, well, I've got laughing gas, and you won't care. Oh, he says, oh, that sounds interesting. Well, how do we do that? And the dentist says, well, I got this thing, I'll put it over your nose, and I can't stand, I'm claustrophobic, I can't stand anything at all on my face, it's terrible. Oh, what else you got? And the dentist says, well, how are you with pills? And the guy goes, pills? Oh, I can do pills. Yeah, pills. I'm good with pills. Great, the dentist says. Open your mouth. Pops a couple pills in his mouth. The guy says, oh, is that painkillers? And the dentist says, no, it's Viagra. And the guy says, Viagra? What do you give me Viagra for? He says, well, I'm about to do an extraction. You don't want freezing, and you don't want the laughing gas. I figured you'd want something to hang on to.
2 pretzels crushed.
All right.
1 got assaulted.
Oh.
Welcome back to the show, ladies and gentlemen. I'm glad you have all returned and not left us behind. We're going to start off with what we like to call the question game. This is for everybody. Come on up. Everyone, come on up.
Wow, they're so
here is how it... Wait.
Come on, it's Saturday. Give me a break.
I think I made a mistake. That's not how... What my question was? Oh, right, we line up. All right, the question game. Here's how it works. So we have 2 lineups here. We have 2 lineups here. What we're going to do is we're going to get a scene with a suggestion from you, and these performers can only do the scene by asking questions of one another. So if one of them should not ask a question but maybe make a statement, or they ask a question that does not make any sense to the scene, or they ask a question that is more of a statement question, then they will be booed off the stage, and the next person fills in, continuing the scene or changing the scene based, again, on questions. What I need from you, the audience, is a suggestion. This time, let's get a hobby, some kind of odd hobby.
Fingernail collecting.
Fingernail collecting question game. And 1, 2, 3, go.
Oh, is that a fresh manicure that you just need?
No, does it look like I need
Oh, statement.
Does
No,
it
does
look like
it
any
look like I
question?
need one?
Oh, well, what? No, we
Keep
didn't.
going.
When was the last time you had a manicure?
Pause.
How many cuticles do you have?
What kind of friggin' question is that? I just collect the damn things. Does that count or is that...
You got off the stage.
I didn't think it was good.
There's a Band-Aid stuck to my
Here for the
shoe.
convention too?
It's got blood on it. When did you get here, just now?
Don't you know the real pros get here on Thursday night?
Well, I was, not that.
What's all this about then?
You don't know? You don't know about the convention?
Who would have told me about that?
Have you seen these?
Are those real?
Don't you know I spend 10 hours a day clipping them?
Do you think I could get something like that?
Some amateur work or what?
Do you think so?
Have you even heard of nail polish before?
Would you like to sell me some of what you're using?
How did you know I'm a nail polish salesman?
Could you be more subtle?
Do you think you'd be a red or maybe something different?
Would I look good with black?
Would anyone look good with black?
Are you a racist?
Yes.
Oh boy. Do you do toes too? Do I look like I work here?
Weren't you supposed to do toes?
Have you been this persistent all your life?
Why do you think I...
Does it put the lotions on its skin and nails?
Does anyone know where security is?
Who's your daddy?
Would you like to just come over and sit in the elderly section?
I'm just gonna walk on stage.
I've got my wedding coming up. Can you do my nails for me?
Are you thinking white or blush or something eggshell?
Do you think I should do the something blue on my fingernails?
Do you have somewhere else to put your blue?
You don't want to know.
Have you seen my identical twin brother, the racist nail polish salesman?
Are you identical or fraternal?
Did you not hear what I literally just said?
Well, does he look just like you?
Are you some kind of, thick person or what?
Do I look thick?
Do you not
Mama, bet the
understand
base.
subtext?
Do you not understand complimenting a woman properly?
Would you let me know if one comes up? Could I interest a fine white gentleman like yourself in some fine nail polish?
Have you thought of the Picasso procedure for these?
What's that?
Didn't you hear me?
Is that the thing where you kind of staple my hand to my face and put an eye down here? Or am I mixing up painters?
Are you not familiar with history whatsoever?
Doesn't everyone know Starry, Starry Night?
You haven't heard.
Can I interest you in a human ear for sale? This is where this is going now, apparently.
What flavor is it?
Would you believe blue raspberry?
I prefer, strawberry.
Statement.
Great start to our second half. All right, this next game is Director with Becky, Richard, Tim, and myself. Becky, Richard, and Tim, come on up here. Here's how this one works. These three fine actors are going to perform a scene for you based on one of your suggestions. And then at some point, when I think the scene is just at its freshest point, I will say cut, and I will come on and give them a different direction to repeat the scene in some other genre perhaps, or giving them some other sort of direction. What I need from you is the best birthday gift that you've ever received. The best birthday gift that you've ever.
Blowjob.
This is a scene about a blowjob.
No.
All right, gentlemen, so which one of you is taller? It looks like you. All right, buddy, get on your knees.
No, this is a family thing. This is a Christian blowjob. That's all.
I'll be like a candle, you'll blow me out.
I need to work on my
Listerine,
left.
anybody? Listerine? Anybody?
Sure, thank you. Just a capital.
That's a good idea.
Wait a minute. 20% alcohol.
Cut.
I'm losing my motivation. Don't do that.
I like some of the elements. I especially like the sexual tension between you two. That was lovely. But what I need to see is a little bit of motion. I felt it was a little flat. So I want you to up the emotion, much more emotion. I want to see those windy waves of emotion. Here we go. More emotion. Action.
All right, gentlemen. Which one of you is taller? All right. We're going to go, man, all right? This is really important.
That'd be me. What are you doing over
I need you to get on your knees for me, buddy, okay? I need you to get on your knees. Do it like you mean it. All right, sir.
I think we're getting a little bit silly here now. After me. Put your hand on the radio. Your foot in the bathtub. And feel the power of the Lord. Yes!
Praise Jesus!
We'll all get raptured. What?
Excellent.
That was good.
I really felt the love tension between you two that time, with the emotion and the hand on the shoulder so gently. I love that. Let's play that up a little bit more in this next scene. However, I did hear from the producers, we don't have enough product placement. So we're going to need to increase this. We need a couple of product placements. Give us a product you might see in a movie or a TV show or something.
Smucker's Jam.
Sorry?
Smucker's Jam.
Smucker's Jam. Anything else? Anything else? We need one more item.
Hair gel.
Hair gel and Smucker's Jam. These are our product placements. Emotion, sexual tension, action.
All right, buddy. Who's taller? All right, I need you to get on your knees.
I got a Smucker. You got some Smucker's Jam down
This would be
here.
a lot better than
Oh,
Smuckers.
cool. I'm so horny, even the crack of dawn looks good. Hey, baby.
Sure, I could use some Smuckers right now.
Here, if it's too watery, you can have some of this hair gel.
Perfect. That's what I need.
You need a little bit too there, but don't get too close to me.
What am I doing on my knees?
Cut. Excellent, guys. I really loved the emotion. You guys are playing with the
Changing.
romance a bit more than excellent. And the product placement was just lovely. However, I've been told that we brought the wrong kind of film, and the film doesn't really work well with fast movement. So we need to do the whole scene again, ultra slow. Don't worry, in post-production we'll speed it up again. But I need you to do it again, ultra slow. Here we go, ultra slow, action!
It's hard being
Which one of you is taller? Get on your knees.
Open your Bible. I'm blowing in the wind. What's with the jam all over the floor? With the name like Smucker. It's got to be jam.
Cut. Excellent job, guys. Excellent. No problem. We're going to be able to speed that up in post-production, like I said. However, we just found out, this is pretty exciting news. We just found out we got invited to the International Film Festival. Yes, this year it's in Germany. So,
Yeah.
we're going to have to translate it into German. So, once again, from the top, in German, action.
Ja, ich found out you are taller.
Excellent.
Oh, shit.
Das ist not ja. 9.
9. Schwein! Good.
Schweinhund?
Schweinhund!
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 That's so scheiß.
Ja!
1, 2, 3. Zwei und
Speaking Dutch, you idiots! That's not German.
Nein, das ist verboten.
Verboten.
Richard?
Schweinhund!
Ja.
Ja!
Das ist...
Volkswagen!
Tiny
Das
twin.
ist Schmackos.
Das ist
Schmackos is good.
Ist gut.
All right. Oh, this game we haven't done since our very first live show. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, it is the three-headed expert with Kiki, Richard, and Galen, and Eric is our host. Come on up here, guys, and I will turn the reins over to Eric, who will explain the game and help us get through it. Here we go.
So this isn't so much an improv scene, but a reflection of my daily life where I host a basic cable channel talk show. I have many interesting guests on my talk show. One of them happens to be a little strange because not only is he an expert in something very strange or niche, he also has 3 heads that only talk one word at a time. So on my talk show with my 3-headed guest, I need something very strange for someone to be an expert in, such as the mating habits of leprechauns or a historian of Middle Earth. So I need something very strange for someone to be an expert in their field of. Not all at once, people.
Zoology.
That's not strange. That's a thing people are actually experts in.
Zoomology.
Let's open it up to the audience. Anyone, a field of expertise that is not normal to people?
Bugs on a windshield.
Eggs on a
Bugs on a windshield.
Bugs on a windshield.
Nice.
Oh dear.
Yeah! It's me, your host Scooter again on the big old diesel-powered truck show. Today I'm very excited to have my guest. He's an expert in all those big little critters that splatter all over your windshield when you're going vroom, vroom, vroom. Well, hey there, could you tell your name to the people of this fine viewing audience?
Ford.
Bug.
Bobby.
That's it. Usually people from down here have at least 7 different surnames.
Ford.
Bug.
Bobby.
All right, you're a straight shooter, and that's what I like about you so much. So, how did you become an expert in all those big old bugs that splatter all over the windshield when you're driving real fast?
When
Night.
Falls.
I
See.
Lots.
of
Bugs.
And
I
Hate.
them.
when
They.
Splatter.
on
My.
Windshield.
Well, that's real good, because if you went to school, we would have had a problem, you and me. But I like that you're just an amateur hobbyist, if I don't mind saying so myself. So, what is one surprising fact that people might not realize when they're mowing down bugs when they're driving their Ford F-150 down that I-66?
Ford entomology
Windshield.
States.
that
Whoa, I'm going to have to ask you not to use so many big, educated words in my show here. It really displeases my audience, if you get what I'm saying.
bugs
Are.
Bad.
All right, that is something my small brain can't process. So I noticed the other day I was driving down the highway late at night, half sheet to the wind, if that is a term for being drunk and driving, and boom, a big old bug splattered on my windshield, and it was some kind of neon green. Now, is there some kind of special bug that splatters all over the windshield that's neon green?
Martian
Fireflies.
Homeless person.
That's what I figured. Now, is there some kind of special windshield washer fluid I should use to clean it off my windshield? Because it got all over.
Smuckers
Acidic.
Juices.
work
Best.
When.
on
Windshields.
And.
bugs
Hate.
Booze.
Dude.
Follow-up question. My windshield's now covered in a sticky red jam. Is there a better way to get that off of my windshield?
don't it?
Well, shit, that's how I got my first, second, seventh, and 8.5 child. I don't want any more of them critters running around. Don't ask about the 8.5 child. He's a little strange if you know.
You got 3 hands by chance?
Something like that. Now, I'm sure I've got an audience full of whippersnapper question-asking critters out here, so I'm going to open up the floor. Does anyone have a question for my educated guest here? Yes, you, sir. I believe your name is John?
Okay, Trevor. So what's the deal with your 8.5 son?
I'd like to keep this to questions only about my guest here. Yes, you, sir.
Yes, what's
right.
up with his 8.5 son?
Well,
To
Many
people,
think,
that
bugs,
could,
fly
into,
butt crack.
but,
as,
Everyone,
knows,
probably,
nothing,
will,
actually,
fly,
into.
but.
cracks.
Now, you shut your mouth about my 8.5 son and his 7 legs, or I'll knock your block off. But I'm going to keep it professional-like here, back to the point. I've heard that you've been to every continent in the world and smashed bugs on every windshield imaginable. So, is there one windshield bug that you smashed up on your travels that really sticks out to you?
Dinolopteropterus.
Giant,
Fleas.
Terrible.
Would you like to expand on
Yeah.
that? I feel like that might be a story. That's what I'm getting at with my interviewing technique. here.
Traveling
at,
Light speed.
through,
glass,
Windshields.
I,
saw,
Plenty.
of,
broken,
People.
And you didn't stop to help them out?
no.
Well, that's just unsouthernly of y'all.
bugs,
Rock.
Well, alrighty then. I think we're almost out of time here today. I'd like to thank my guests for being with us. But before you go, you've written, I must say, a kick-ass patriotic country song about smashing bugs in your windshield. That's reaching #1 in the country chart. So would you mind serenading my good audience with your country song about bugs in the windshield for us before I let you go now?
Food entomology.
Hysterical.
I,
absolutely,
Freak.
bugs,
out,
And
bugs.
hate,
me.
Hold up, I'm going to cut you off right here. I didn't hear one mention of pickup trucks, patriotism, or canned beer, so I'm going to have to ask you to get the hell off my stage right now. Sorry about that, folks.
That was awesome. Thank you very much to Kiki for working so hard to put together the 3-headed expert outfit.
Quite an outfit.
Thank you.
All right, next up we have a game that we like to call Say It Again, and this one is for Lorna and Tim. Say it again for Lorna and Tim. Don't worry, Lorna, we'll explain it to you right now. Here's what's going to happen. We're going to get a suggestion from you, and they're going to do a scene. And at some point, me, and only me this time, actors, I will say it again. And whatever the last line was that was said by whichever actor, they have to come up with a different line. So if they finish the line with something like, but that was my peanut butter and jam sandwich, and I say see it again, they might have to change it to, would you like a bite of my peanut butter and jam sandwich, or something like that. So what I would need from you is, sir, what is right now in your trunk?
Dead body.
Wow, you are a ventriloquist. This is the scene about a dead body in a trunk. Tim and Lorna. Say it again.
Well, I picked up this customer in my cab,
Oh,
and then he had a package. He put it in, it was a dead body in my trunk. Yeah, his name's Vincent.
how do you know that? Did he tell you?
Yeah, he told me. Told me his name was Vincent.
How could he tell you his name?
And it
if
was
he's
his brother.
dead?
Say it again.
Yeah, but it was his...
His name's Vincent?
Say it again.
Well, how old is he?
Vincent was about 38 years old, but the dead Vincent was about 28 years old.
Say it again.
Vincent was an older guy, and the dead Vincent was a younger guy. So when they put it in my trunk, he explained that he was a hitman, right? He's trying to go around. He's going to kill all these people today. He's driving my cab. He offered me $700.
Say it again.
He offered me a lot of money.
Say it again.
He was the cheapest guy. He only gave me $700 to carry around a dead guy that he just murdered.
So what are you supposed to do with the guy now? What?
Well, I was supposed to get him to the airport, but I lost him.
Say it again.
Well, he's got to be at the airport by 6 o'clock this morning.
The guy in your trunk.
Hi.
No. The guy in my trunk, I don't know what I'm going to do with him.
Oh.
There he is there now.
Once again, my name's Vincent. I'm 38 years old.
Yeah, there's the other Vincent.
Okay, so who do you have to get to the airport?
Vincent.
And he's gonna take the dead body with him.
No, the older Vincent is going to get in the airplane because we're in LA. He's got to leave LA and he's got to go back to New York. Yeah. Because he had to come here because there was all these people who were going to testify in this trial tomorrow, right?
Say it again.
So, there's all these people who's going to testify in this.
Say it again.
Okay, there's this group of people that had to get killed. Well, there's these people he wanted to go shoot.
Say it again.
All these people are really surprised right now. They used to think there were some people in their lives, and they're gone now, right? And I have this body in my trunk now, and I don't know what to do. But I gotta go back and find the other guy to get him to the airport so I can get my money.
Okay, well, you do that, and I will get a shovel.
Say it again.
And, okay, you do that, and I'm going to get the body.
Say it again.
Okay, I'll go, and I will take Vincent to the airport. You get the body out of the trunk and bury it.
Okay, let's go.
All right.
Well done, Lorna, for your first time doing that one.
Very good.
All right. What do you get when you throw hip hop into a good scene? You get a game we like to call Kick It for Becky and Jade. Come on up here. All right, here's how this one works. They are going to perform a scene based again on one of your suggestions, and then at some point, when I feel it's right, stop it!
You said kick it.
At some point, I'm going to yell out "kick it," which means they have to repeat the last line or make some kind of rap song out of the last line that they said. And for this, I need an ask for give me a lousy excuse to get out of a parking ticket. A lousy excuse to get out of a parking ticket.
Period.
Period. Well, someone has their period, and they're going to get out of the parking ticket. Here we go with "kick it."
I'm sorry, officer, I'm just bleeding everywhere.
Take it!
Yo, man, the blood is going everywhere. Yo, man, I said I'm menstruating in my seat. Yo, man, I need a tampon. Let's go over there. Yo, it's ridiculous. This shit's really neat.
So, ma'am, you were speeding.
I know. I'm really sorry.
You're not
Look
sorry
at the
enough.
hair.
You know why?
Why?
Because you haven't done what I asked you to.
Kick it.
She didn't do what I asked her to. That's why I had to go and write her a ticket or two. And then I went and back into my patrol car and I wrote on my computer like, yo, what's up, man? Ticket. Word.
Look, I can walk in a straight line. There's nothing wrong with me. There's just so much blood, and I just needed to go to the shoppers and get the tampons and the super plus ones because I have a really extreme flow. I've got a big flow, don't you know, bro? Yo. Word.
So, according to this, you weren't speeding, you were flowing. She wasn't speeding, she was flowing. She was driving down the street, she was floating. She was going so fast like she couldn't see. When she hit the end, she thought she was in this movie. Word.
All right, officer, how much are you going to charge me? I got to get where I'm going.
Well, I'm going to charge you 4.5 cents.
I think I can handle that.
All right.
That was awesome, guys. of my personal favorites. This one is called Story Mime Story. This is for Galen, Eric, Becky, Tim, and Jade. 4 of you have to leave, 1 of you stay in the building. All right, here's how this one works. Yeah! I'm going to ask for something from the audience, and then Galen is going to create a story based on whatever the suggestion is. She's going to make up that story on the fly and tell it to the first person that comes through that door. That first person then has to take that story and mime it to the next person through the door, who will then tell their version of the story to the next person, who will mime it to the final person, who will then tell you the story. Just like broken telephone, and we're going to figure out if the stories match up. What I need from you is a strange tradition that you might have in your family. A strange tradition you might have in your family.
Clock hunting.
That's awesome! Clock hunting, here we go. Story mime.
Not a real tradition.
Oh, one.
Story mime story, rather.
Okay, so Tim,
Yes, Galen.
I have a very sad story to tell you today.
It's gonna make me cry.
It might make me cry. Right, so this is a story about my own grandfather. And who as it happens is also my son. And this is how that happened.
Sad story about your dad.
Well, just wait.
Sort of like my
Just
mother,
wait
my
for a
cousin
second.
kind of thing.
Well, you see, what happened was, a long time ago, my grandfather was into antiques, and he used to go around to all the shops and collect them. And then he started narrowing down his love for antiques, and he became absolutely obsessed with collecting clocks. He was the biggest clock hunter you've probably even ever heard of. He had more clocks than anyone. When he married my grandmother, he was found just after the wedding, on their very wedding night, after making love. He was found dead under an entire mountain of clocks in his study. It was terribly tragic. But what I learned was my 17-year-old son Joey followed in his footsteps, collected all his clocks, got really into it, and then Joey came across this magic clock. And when he winded up, it turns back time, and Joey ended up going back in time and marrying my grandmother. And that's how my son became my grandfather. I just thought I ought to tell someone.
better sit down because I'm about to tell you the second greatest story ever told in history. It opens on an old. It opens on an old man. This old man is walking down the street, reminiscing about everything he's done wrong with his life. And then we flash back to when he was a young man, and he grew up very poor. And because of this, he could never feel like he deserved a wife. So he thought the only way to get richer was to rob people. So he would break into places and literally steal like the clock off a wall or a gold bracelet from an innocent woman to elevate himself and get some money. And it actually worked. He found a lovely young bride, and they got married one beautiful summer day, and then promptly fucked in the back of the church. And they consummated their marriage so hard, it literally killed her. And this old man, who was flashback to when he was young, felt so terrible about it. He was in grief for maybe hours, maybe years. It's hard to say. But he said, one day I'm going to get remarried and do it right this time and not consummate so hard. And he got married a second time. They had a beautiful wedding, and then he promptly died when his heart exploded. The end.
Okay.
Pull your goddamn pants.
It's the way they always roll, you know that, baby.
Not that hard.
This is the part where I don't lie and say I forgot the rest of what he said.
Seems like a full and complete story.
I'm sorry.
Okay, so, Galen started the story? Okay. So this is the story of how Galen's husband, Sean, proposed to her. He was practicing, and he did the whole, like, get to know my knee, and he decided that was not quite right, so he went to his closet and was flipping through, deciding what to wear. Did he go with the plaid shirt? Did he go with the floral shirt? A little bit of paisley, a little bit of stripes, solid color. Decided on the solid color. Went back, checked himself out in the mirror, decided he was pretty good. You know what? He was a little stressed out, gonna ask this beautiful woman to marry him. So he decided to have what we like to call a silent disco, which is when you put the earphones on your ears and you party it out like you're having your own silent little disco. That gave him enough courage. Galen came home, he went up, asked her to marry him. And of course, as we know, because they have many children, she
That was beautiful.
Okay, yeah.
Oh, right, I thought Gerald is, are you gonna interpret? Oh, okay, all right, so you almost got it, Becky, you were very close.
Thank you.
So I was just explaining how my son and my grandfather came to be the same person. It involved magical time travel clocks, and the very sad marriage of my grandfather to my grandmother. Well, the marriage part was nice, and they did manage to consummate the marriage, hence myself being here. But of course, he did drop dead when a mountain of clocks that he collected collapsed upon him. Yes, on their wedding night, sadly.
Wow.
Very sadly, yes. But my grandmother went on to bear the rest of the family, and the oddest thing happened. My son got into clock collecting as well, loves antiques, however, again, very, very sadly, he discovered that the magical clock that was passed down from my grandfather's collection makes you go back in time. And we lost him forever. And that's when he met my grandmother and became my grandfather. Yeah, pretty much the same thing, yeah.
Awesome.
Who came up with that fucking story?
We have just 2 games left. So let's get started with our second last one. Shift left, shift right. This one is for Kiki, Lorna, Tim, and Richard. Kiki, Lorna, Tim, and Richard. That sounds like Kiki or something. Kiki, Lorna, Tim, and Richard. All right, here's how this one works. We have a square of 4. We're going to give each pair in this square a something to perform, and then we're going to say shift left or shift right, and we're going to go around in the square, and each pair is going to have a different scene to develop. And then once we're all set, I'm going to tell them when to start. You know, I might say shift left twice or shift right twice or whatever, and they have to do the scene. And at any time I can switch them, and they have to remember what their other scene was that they play and continue the scene. So let's start off with this one. We need an object, some sort of object. Just yell it out.
A balloon.
A balloon. This scene is with a balloon. Let's shift left once. Let's go with a location that isn't on this, that isn't like in Canada. A location that's not.
Uranus.
Uranus. You're on Uranus. Next up, we need a relationship like a husband and wife, but not that.
Judge, prisoner.
Judge and prisoner. I like it. And lastly, let's go with an emotion like love.
What?
An
Hilarity.
emotion like love.
Anger.
Spastic.
This one is anger. So let's shift left and reveal.
Balloon.
Shift left and reveal again.
Uranus.
And again.
Prisoner and judge.
Nice. And left.
Anger.
Let's shift right once and start the scene.
Thank you. Well, I'm going to pronounce sentence. You do realize that if it wasn't for the fact that I was choking,
I swear, she looked 19.
you're lucky I'm not going to get you with contempt of court because you touched me. Well, you know that's
I was
really
hoping
bad,
you were
right?
choking.
That's the only reason why you're not getting your
Shift left twice.
Oh my God, we're going?
This is up in the air, eh? Okay, ready to see. You ever imagine? You're in a hot air balloon, flame,
so
wicker basket, eh?
romantic.
Isn't that cool?
Shift left.
Stinks in here. It totally stinks in here. This is not an interplanetary anything. This is the men's bathroom. We're at the zoo. Where did you get these tickets?
I'm sorry. Actually, someone just gave them to me. They were walking down the Princess Street Promenade and just handed out the tickets.
So you didn't pay for this trip to Uranus?
No. It was free.
Thank God.
Okay, so it's wonderful, right?
Not really. It reeks in here. Look,
Well,
there's
we
a
can
piece
make
of
it
shit
better.
on the floor right there.
Shift right twice.
Whoa! I can't believe this!
It's against the law to drive without a brain, you moron!
Idiot!
Sleep at home!
Yeah, stay out of my way! I'm in a hurry!
I'd rather be
I'm
staying
hungry!
Shift left.
Like, I just can't believe we're up in the sky, big
Oh my
flame.
God, look down there.
Well,
Those guys. I don't know, like it looks like road rage or something going on down there.
Left,
Let's
right,
see
shift
what
right,
some
shift right,
sandbags
shift
down
right,
there.
shift right. Right.
What that bloody
Jesus,
balloon
man,
dropped on us?
Oh,
What the heck was that?
they spit on us!
Shift left.
Watch this, I'll get him.
Oh, yeah! Awesome! My turn. Oh, he looked out his window!
Shift.
Try to get him.
Shift right.
Push me down! I'm pulling over! Pull cover!
What was that person drinking?
Oh, man.
Oh, Jesus.
Shift left twice.
Do you know what that smell is?
What?
It's like there's pee coming down off somewhere, and
I'm
gosh, look at the little tiny cars. Look at that, there's little guys in there. Oh man, they're turning red.
Left twice.
Twice.
Left twice.
Oh my god. Oh yeah.
I think I'm just gonna. Yeah, well, I'm just gonna ram people now. I've had it. Yeah, get out of my way!
Okay, good thing it's a driver's ed car. We both have a steering wheel.
Yeah, I got the brake here. Emergency brake. I'm not braking.
Okay.
We're gonna go shift left twice.
Here, you wanna play with them?
Shift left and shift left.
Look, she's 16, so I can't get more than 16 years, right?
I tell you what, I've got something under my robe that needs scratching. I might let you off if you get me off. Off this chair, I'm glued to it. Give me a hand. Oh,
Shift left and end the scene.
I hate driving these.
I think you're ready to hit the roads by yourself now. Alrighty, that was awesome, guys. I loved how you mix all, or three of the scenes together. That was awesome. Alright, so last we come to the moment that we've all been dreading. Yes, it is the end of our show. Thank you for the millions of people that showed up today, and all of you at home on YouTube and Twitting and Facebooking and everyone else. Thank you for being here. Look at this big crowd. I'm sorry we can't show you at home the huge size of this crowd.
Alright,
This final scene.
Who's making a vampire noise or something over there?
What the hell are you doing over there, Jake? There's your seat. Our final scene.
Am I in this show?
I was trying to be a crowd.
Our final show.
I thought you were.
Our final game, rather,
I'm feeling
is actually a game that we used a couple of weeks ago in order to explore the physical space, and it worked out so well, we decided to actually put it in our show. And I think this is one of the best ones that we've done in a long time. This is called 6 Scenes. And what happens is, in a moment, I'm going to ask you for a suggestion from you, and then they have 1 minute to prepare 6 scenes. And while they prepare those 6 scenes, I'm going to give you a little more information, and then they're going to come in, they're going to perform 6 scenes based on your, yes, it is 6 scenes, damn it! 6 scenes based on your suggestions. So for our final one,
I didn't ask that, Jill. I asked her to go outside.
yes, you're all going outside right
Okay,
now. No, I'm kidding.
sorry.
What are the things, your spouse, girlfriend, boyfriend, etc., whatever it is, what is it that drives you crazy about them? Something that drives you crazy about your loved one.
Body odor.
Awkward silence. Body odor. All right, it's going to be 6 scenes about body odor. You guys have 1 minute to prepare 6 scenes about body odor. While they do that, let me just remind you.
We're not going outside, okay?
Let me just remind you that LMAOK meets here every Thursday night and it's open to the public. If you're interested in coming and having fun and learning how to be improvisational, come on out, and it's a great opportunity. It's great for like interview skills for when applying for a job. It's also awesome for going on blind dates and things like that. So every Thursday night, you're welcome to join us here. And now I need to stall you for another 20 seconds, so I'll give you a great quote. There are no mistakes in improv, only unexpected results. Isn't that a great quote?
Oh,
Only
what a
unexpected
lovely.
results. All right, they have 10 more seconds to come up with their 6 scenes, and then we're going to finish the show with this wonderful game that we call 6 Scenes in 3, 2, 1. 6 scenes about body odor.
Five beats speed stick by minute. It works great.
Scene number 2.
George, quit smoking. This room deodorizer is good for body odor, too.
Mom? Yes, sweetheart, what is it now?
Sometimes I just don't feel fresh.
Well, why don't you try what I have in my hair? Raid. It can cover up anything.
Hit me! Oh, I feel so much better. Okay, I'm gonna go on that date now.
You'll never have crabs again.
Sweet!
Good.
Oh my God, you guys smell like pee.
I didn't know she was doing a urinalysis.
Damn car.
Houston, it's getting a little, not so fresh in here, if you know what I mean. I would like,
Roger, I got that one.
I would like permission to,
I can smell it through the suit.
You know what, I'm going for space one.
Ambrosia. Try Summer's Eve.
Before I tried Summer's Eve, this is what my summer evenings were like. Oh, come on, won't you go down on me again, please? Why don't you go down on me? But then...
Spice! Get your groove on!
I know the commercial says it's a shower in a can, but it's really not. This once a month thing really needs to stop.
I have a shower once a month, whether I need it or not.
This is not a shower in a can. This is shit. That's exactly what you smell like.
Oh, wait. Second part of that Summer's Eve. Can we see it?
When I go to the movies and I don't want to sit next to somebody, but I have to, all I do is lift my pit. And go like this.
Oh, I didn't even see it.
Now I have the whole theater to myself.
After Summer's Eve, my evenings are like, oh baby, you gotta stop. It's getting sore down there, honey.
Whoa.
New living beans without the after effects.
Something died in here.
All right, wait.
All right, come on up here, everybody. On the count of three, we're going to take a bow. These guys are going to clap loudly. 1, 2, 3, bow. We're LMAOK. You're LMAOK. 69. If you are able to help me put some chairs back and throw garbage out and things like that, that would be lovely.